Hey, what's up, guys? It's Redline1341, aka Benny P, wanting to bring you guys another video specifically about barbarian camps and barbarian keeps. I think these things are very important and for you to grind because of the type of blueprints you can get, as well as the equipment materials that you can get for them. This is something that I daily grind whenever these open up, and I really feel like people who are low spender, moderate spender, even high spender should definitely do to obtain certain equipments from these. I know there's a lot of equipment out there, especially the legendary ones that came out. But to be honest, even for a player like me, I feel like the amount of materials and the amount of investment you need to put in to get these blueprints takes a lot. And I think it's okay to definitely invest in, equipment that do just as good, especially when they crit, in order for you to kind of compete at the same level. So I kind of want to share these things that I do to get my troops the best they can be at the most optimized way possible. So hopefully you guys enjoy and definitely take some of these tips and maybe you can use them for yourself. So let's get to it. All right, so what equipment am I talking about, or blueprints that you can get from these camps or keeps? So there's 5 types of blueprints you can get that are important from hitting these camps and keeps. They are the Delane's Amulet, which gives you -5 counterattack damage. If you crit it, 1.5 on top of that. Silent Trial, which decreases the target's rage by 10 points, but if you crit it, you get another 3 points on top of that. The Pen of Eternal Night, that gives you skill damage plus 5% to that march. Gatekeeper's Shield, which for infantry gives them 8%, and then you get another 2.5% on top of that if you crit it. And last but not least, the Dark Lord's Blessing that gives cav defense plus 8%, and another 2.5% if you crit that as well. So these are the 5 important blueprints that you can get from these camps and keeps. There's a difference though. For the keeps, you can get it's where the Dark Lord blessings are, the Gatekeeper Shield, Delane's Amulet, and the Pendant of Eternal Night. The Silent Trials here only come from the camps. So to show you what the camps are and the keeps are, so if you zoom out of the map, on the left hand of your screen there's the selections. And if you click on Barbarian Stronghold, you can see the camps and the forts all across the map. So you see here, these little fort-looking icons on the map and these yellow little bundle thingies. These right here are the forts, and these are the camps. There's a notification on the map here. If there's a little exclamation mark, these camps are hittable. If there isn't one, that means it's already been hit. So if you zoom in on ones that are hittable, if you raise the alert, I should zoom in a little bit. Come on now. Oh, you see here it says 0 out of 20. Once you get the 100 to 120, a boss appears, and if you defeat him, you'll get specific rewards. If you click on this little icon, it kind of gives you a breakdown of those rewards. If you click on this little chest, it tells you what your chances are to getting these type of blueprints. So hitting these across the map, I think, is really important by just monitoring. Okay, when these open up for these specific forts, the ones that are hit, they have specific timers on them. So here, 1 day and 15 hours left until it's attackable again. What I do is I check in every couple days to see what opens up, and if no one hit them, I continue to hit these. And the great thing about these is that when you kill the boss, you can get up to 14 green materials. It's not a whole lot, but over time it helps if you continue to hit these. And if you're in a dead kingdom, these are really, I think these will definitely get your equipment really up there, because the amount of materials you're getting, the blueprints you're dropping from them, and at times there could be at least from 2 to 12 blueprints that drop that vary from Delane's, Dark Lord blessings, even shields, pendants. So the RNG is really hit or miss, but I would really recommend you hitting these to get these type of blueprints. See, for me, I can't invest so much into these legendary equipments because just the materials cost so much and hard to obtain. So if you look at my equipment here, most of my calf commanders have these Dark Lord blessings, and really 10.5% calf defense is not bad for my troops. And then for the Delanes, and I use these specifically for arc and for my open fielding during fights, these are clutch. 5% counterattack damage for an accessory is really good. And if you go to the shield that you get, 10.5% infantry health is not bad at all. So I definitely recommend you hitting those Barb camps and really watch the timers and maybe keep a schedule for yourself to know when to hit them. I'm sorry for the keeps, but for the camps, these don't have a notification, unfortunately, and you really have to zoom in and figure out when they're about to spawn. So you see here, I just hit this one, and I have about 3 hours left when it comes back. But you can see the rewards you get here. Obviously, you can get some greens, but the silent trials are the only ones that you can get from this, and the shields. So what I do, and this is what I always do, is I always find an area on the map where no one hits these camps. Like for me, Constantinople, Manzanilla, whatever that name is, and Okinokuni are areas that none of my alliance members are. And what I do is I create markers. You can see here, I have 1 through 10 to definitely go and check every time to see if one's available. And for these timers, these, after they're hit, there's always an about 8 hour cooldown when they spawn again. So every 8 hours, I come in, check, and I send these marches out to hit these and hopefully get a silent trial. But another great thing about these camps is that every time you beat the boss, I'll try to show you one. I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom here. So every time you hit one, they give you rewards that drop. And every single one gives you 30 gems a piece. It's not a lot, but it adds up. But I continue to get these little equipment material crates that hopefully down the line will stack up to hopefully help me create better material. And they drop speed ups and some stars, and these are helpful because you can trade them for alliance credits. But they always drop AP. So I consistently have a rotation of when I hit them. And at times there's a boss called the Miser. I'm not going to say that name. That also dropped, and he has a higher chance of giving you a silent trial, and he also drops 30 gems. So again, a lot of my equipment, I don't have that many legendary ones. It just takes time, and it'll be a while for me to obtain them. But the purple equipment is just fine, and for people who are low spender, moderate spenders, I feel like these equipment are just as good, especially when you crit them. Dark Lords, I love. The Silent Trials, I think, are clutch because of Ark of Osiris. If you have, like for me, I have 4 marches swarming a structure with Silent Trials, I'm decreasing their rage, which means it's the less amount of time they proc. So I think these blueprints and equipment are super good. And another thing, one of the last things to show you is that over time, as you continue to hit these camps, look at, I'm just stacking on equipment materials. And when I can finally forge a legendary piece, I'll have some materials that I've obtained from these camps to contribute to the amount of materials that I need. So that's what I do. I continue to grind these camps and forts. And if you're in Dead Kingdom, I really think you should take advantage of this. And if you're in KVK, nobody goes back to the home kingdom to grind these out. So I definitely think that if you're in downtime, you should definitely hit your entire home kingdom and hit these, because at the end of the day, man, the blueprints are really good. The materials you get and the gems you get from the camps are really good. Just try to grind these out, and hopefully over time you'll have really good equipment. I hope this helps you guys, and other than that, I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.